So, in around, I think it was 2011, between the years of 2011 and 2012, I was still at college, preparing to go to university. Every year in March, for like 3 years, we would have to form our own band, either do a couple of covers and write our original songs, or just write original songs. And for the final year of college, we formed a band that I named Rankin Full Stop, from a song by the English Beat called Rankin Full Stop, to write like ska songs, or like modern ska songs, to perform in the Netherlands in March. More to follow. So every year in March, I was studying music at college for 3 years in preparation to go to university to study music theory and, like composition, to be a composer, things like that. To learn how to play instrument, to write my own music, things like that. So every year in March we'd go to the Netherlands. For the final year, we wrote a lot of songs, because at that point I was just on fire when it come to writing lyrics for tracks. We'd formed, it was like a 5-piece, and we just worked well together, and all the elements came together nicely. We were just writing song after song after song, but I think we picked 6 songs that we'd use for a half-hour set to play in Voorhout, in X4 in the Netherlands. So long story short, we played, it was a fantastic night. We all had a good time. We came over to the Netherlands. We spent the day in Amsterdam having a walk around, as you do. And then from there we travelled back to Noordwijk, which is at the seafront, to have like our tea, prepare and get ready to travel to Voorhout, to the club called X4, to play our songs. So, because there was other bands from the college who went there to perform as well, so we had different set times. But anyway, it was a great time. But that aside, I realised one song in particular, which I thought was one of, well, they were all good, they were all catchy, all upbeat, just one in particular that I found to be very prophetic, which I'll perform for you shortly. More to follow. And the song in particular that I'll sing the first verse of was a song called Who's Gonna Help You Now. Little did I realise just how prophetic that the lyrics were to this song, and how far ahead of my time it was in comparison to like what I wrote before what started to happen to me by family members, friends, and a wider community of many people who have no idea who they are. They don't know me, but they all have sour vaginas, and they thought they could come against us and take us out for an inheritance that had nothing to do with these cretins, these low lives, these half lives, these wastes of space. But anyway, in the next video, hopefully I'll be able to get the first verse in a minute clip to sing for you, which I will perform shortly. So here we go. The song is called Who's Gonna Help You Now? I'm going to sing the first verse, hopefully in under a minute. So you think you've got it all worked out, trying hard to cruise through the mess you have made, the loser about town. How long do you think you can carry on like this, living comfortably in your ignorant bliss, the faker of innocence? Follows all the latest trends, just to keep in with his friends. The boy who cried wolf, who's gonna help you now? So that was the first verse, and it just went into the chorus basically. Who's gonna help you now? A million of his uses just to use up as excuses. Tell me, who's gonna help you now? Game player of the century, he's thanking the Academy. Tell me, tell me. And then it sort of like goes on into the next verse, which I'm not going to sing, but I've got all the lyrics written down. I've actually got the video from university when we did the performance, and we got first class on us for that particular performance, so yes, very proud of that. But yeah, who's going to help you now? Very prophetic, very relevant to what's happening right about now. Yeah, so that was like just a nice little introduction of that particular song that I wrote, with singing of the first verse and chorus, which I just, you know, I was just been singing it in my head and just thinking about the lyrics that I wrote, and it can be applicable in many situations, but no more as poignant as now, considering what I've been having to deal with in terms of mentally unstable individuals who just have this level of self-entitlement that's just, you know, delusional, to be honest with you, and how they think they can just go ahead and do what they want and like destroy people's lives, other people's as well as my own. It just lets you know that the people I'm dealing with just aren't right in the head and they need to be taken care of quickly. So while I was doing it, I just thought I'd come out for a bit of a midnight stroll. It's like almost 11 o'clock now, and it's really, the sun hasn't set to the point where it's in pure darkness, and it's not exactly the warmest of nights, but not as cold as winter, that's for sure. But yeah, I just thought I'd come out for a little walk, and just I had that on my mind, and just thought I'd get that off my chest. And yeah, I've got other things to talk about too, but I think I'll put that in another video. But I just thought I'd come out, because there's nothing like a bit of a midnight stroll to clear your head and get things that you've been thinking about out of your head, off your chest. Sometimes it's good to journal them, like on video and things like that. But no doubt this will probably get shadow banned, because I've got lots of people watching my channel report my videos, sad, pathetic individuals who have no life. But yeah, in all honesty, it would be nice to be able to like get back to writing original songs again, like just being with a band and just, you know, how people come up with some good ideas. I mean, I was starting to get my own chord progressions going on the keyboard, write my own songs and things like that. But it's good working with someone else, because the whether it's acoustic guitar or the piano, they're great instruments for writing songs. And sometimes it's just good to like knock out some chords, try and get some lyrics to fit over the top of the chords you've wrote, and then obviously have a bit of a collab with other like-minded individuals to like sort of like brainstorm with them and get some ideas from them, like, and have them play around with your chords and come up with something else, and then just, you know, restructure things. But it's all fun and games. Because when I was at college and university, I did write quite a collection of songs. Sadly, some of I've lost now the lyrics to, and well, I mean, the song that was written, it may be captured on video, but the people who I wrote it with, highly unlikely that we'll ever meet up again. But it would, you know, it just used to be good when we were at college and university, and you'd be like collaborating with different musicians with a different like outlook on songwriting, and it would be fun just to work with these individuals to, you know, adapt your style and come up with other sort of methods of songwriting, which I do enjoy. And it would just be nice at some point to be able to do that once again, just to get the, you know, the juices flowing when it comes to writing lyrics, because I was really getting into my craft at one point, but I've had quite a break I mean, when I was at college, my lecturer, Billy Nicholson, he's very passionate about music. You know, he's very good. He's a good musician. He wrote his own songs as well. You know, wrote lyrics with meaning instead of just gibberish. You know, but sometimes it's not bad to be like really creative. Like there's one technique that he was showing us, apparently technique used by the Beatles when they were writing A Day in the Life, I believe. I could be wrong, you can correct us on that. But it was just by getting different newspapers and certain sections, certain columns, just taking lyrics from different columns of different newspapers, and try and string them all together to see if you could write a song. And I managed to do so in a folk style 5/4 time signature. So yeah, I managed to take different words, string them together in lyrics, and managed to write a folk song in a 5/4 time signature. Just like there was another time when we had an old 1930s cartoon, and we had to sort of do like a avant-garde soundtrack to what was playing. And also that was like fun and creative as well, and it sort of gives you an idea of using a variety of different instruments like maracas, bongos, with the drums, bass, like all kinds of percussion, xylophone, things like that, you know what I mean? And just sort of create a soundscape to the old 1930s cartoon clip that we were watching, which was also fun. But there's all kinds of fun techniques like that. So yeah, so essentially we were creating like a soundscape, whether it's avant-garde or in a more atonal form, like a song called Lux Eterna. I'm forgetting the name of the composer, but I believe it was the same composer who wrote the score to 2001 A Space Odyssey, and also The Shining. Maybe the same person, maybe not, but the score was written in an atonal format, so there's no set pattern or time signature, but you can essentially count, you know, like a 4/4 would be 1, 2, 3, 4, or a 7/4 it's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1, 2, you know, like Money from Pink Floyd, The Dark Side of the Moon. It was nothing like that. It was just a free form flown without any sort of structure, shall we say. So I learned a lot basically for the 7 years that I saw, like 3 years at college, 4 years at university. And within those 7 years I learned a lot. I learned the different practices, how to transcribe, how to write my own music and things like that, how to read music. I mean, I wouldn't say I'm the greatest, and there's certainly been a period of time where I haven't been keeping up the practice, so a lot of that knowledge, you know, will be sort of like locked in the back of my mind. So it'd be nice to get back into it again and just shake off the dust, you know what I mean? But yeah, it was fun times, and hopefully I can get back to that at some point. Just thought it would be nice to talk about something else, just as a one-off, rather than what I'm always talking about. But don't worry, I haven't given up that. I just thought it would be nice, a nice little break, a nice little interval, talking about things that I enjoy doing, like one of my passions, which it is music. And it'd be nice to get back into the habit of writing songs and collaborating and jamming, you know, and just get the creative juices flowing once again, because I've got some ideas. So yeah, just be a nice little change before I do my next video, because I've got other things that I want to talk about, which I'll keep separate for the other video. But I just thought it'd be nice to do something a little different, another side of me. But when all is said and done, this is Nightfly 777 signing off.